Hello everyone, it's Tate with Levitate with Tate and the Oracle 8, and today I'm going to tap in with my Oracle 8, my spirit guides and the angels above to get you a little fortune cookie, okay? So the fortune cookie is just like it says, a little fortune. It's just a little piece of advice to move you forward in life. I apologize about my cats eating and jumping around. I have 6 of them, so yes, indeed. I did not plan on it, but life throws it curves, and it threw me 6 cats. So I have a bunch of strays that I feed outside too. So today we have 3 piles. Make sure to hit subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button. Make sure to put something in that little comment section. Make sure I know you're alive. Good or bad, I don't really care. Just comment away, sweeties. So for the first pile, we got number 41, the roses, number 9. Then the second pile, we have the Queen of Diamonds, children, number 12. There's also number 41 on this first pile. So really, just go with your intuition. So pile 3, we have the Queen of Clubs and wine, number 40. So hopefully you can see that. Take your time. And I'm going to have a little moment for you to choose a pile. And I will see you there. Hello, pile 1, Tate with Levitate with Tate. So glad to see you. So you chose roses, which indicate beauty and rugged health. And number 9. Number 9, you know, is almost the fulfillment number. So, you know, like roses are very beautiful. A lot of people think that beautiful people have it easy, just like they think rich people have it easy. Our Lady of Comfort. I love this card. It's so beautiful. I'm already starting to get some emotions here. I'm going to get another oracle card here before we... Our Lady of Comfort and roses. So what's really drawing me in is the roses on this lady's shirt as well. And Our Lady of Comfort. Okay, roses have thorns to protect themselves because they're petals are so soft and delicate that literally anything can crush them. You know, just one touch of them makes them look like disfigured, you know. So we'll get one more here. Okay, roosters and hens. Okay, so a change of scenery is calling. Embrace the adventure that awaits. Okay, just give me one moment here. Okay, so there's chickens and roosters and hens. They love to roam and explore their surroundings. And chickens are very aware of the world they live in. The rooster and the hen card is about your curiosity, okay? And this is a call to try something different. So go on an adventure, shake things up and explore yourself. Do something unusual. So it can indicate a sense of desire to experience something out your daily routine, which is interesting because then on the opposite side we have Our Lady of Comfort. So we have one card indicating, you know, try something new. You might meet someone new. Go, you know, reach out towards home. On the other side, we have Our Lady of Comfort from the Mother Mary Oracle deck. which I just love this picture. It's really moving me. It has a lot of emotion just by looking at it. And the Lady of Comfort is about comfort. It's about holding your hand and being there. And even though you may feel alone, Our Lady of Comfort is there to remind you that you're never alone. You know, Spirit, Mother Mary, whoever you talk to, I assure you someone's listening, and they are by your side, and you have guidance, and they are there for you. So it brings you angels of peace. It's there to remind you do have angels on your side, and they're more real than you ever believe. Okay, so she's asking you to meditate and connect with your spiritual center. Okay, and if you are trying to be strong, perhaps grieving stressful life situations, this is an indicator that the Divine Mother knows and she loves you, and she is there protecting you from further harm, like the thorn is to the rose. And sometimes being beautiful exposes us more so to more life's dangers, and therefore we have to develop these defense mechanisms or strategies to survive, which can prevent us from really embracing life's adventures, because we are so scared, and we do feel so alone, and we are afraid that if we go out and embrace life's adventures on our own, then we're exposing ourselves to more life's dangers. However, if we reach out to the spiritual realm and ask for help and guidance, it's always there. And that's what Our Lady of Comfort is there to remind you, is that even when you're going on your adventures, when you are traveling across the country by yourself in your 1994 Chrysler LeBaron with your 9 or 5-year-old child, 2 cats and a dog, it's only $500 in the bank. It's quite an adventure, but you know who's got your back? Spirit, God. Okay? No matter what you're facing. Okay? And it can feel very lonely sometimes, but that's is the great thing about discovering such a beautiful thing in your spiritual self, is that you never are alone. When I was younger, I used to hate being alone. I was like the class clown. I had to be around people all the time, and I felt like it had something to do with my worthiness. If I didn't have people around me, was I not worthy? Why do I have people around me? And now you have to be worthy to be around me, because I have come to find out through many, many trials and tribulations, and through years of growing with Spirit, that Spirit is always there, even when you're surrounded by people. And you can be surrounded by the biggest fakes, and Spirit is real. Okay, Spirit will always guide you, never astray. Okay, Spirit is those thorns around your beautiful rose, and you keep growing, and you keep reaching for that sun, and you keep experiencing life, and you keep doing what you need to do to really embrace this beautiful life. I'm gonna get some tarot cards. You know, this, you can imagine this. Imagine when you were alone. This is, you know, Archangel Michael is who I imagine protecting me and my babies, because what I've read is Archangel Michael is Jesus in angel form. You know, I guess I try to learn about the angels because they came to me. But I have a lot of friends that are Catholic, and I know that they do the Mother Mary, and this is what the Mother Mary, you know, and Archangel Michael, which I think the Bible only talks about Archangel Michael once, but he's supposedly supposed to be like the biggest protector, like the biggest loving, protecting warrior ever. And I imagine him protecting me all the time. So that alone will give you spiritual protection. And it's the power of thought. Thought is energy. It's literally energy, which is power, right? Okay. So imagine that, and you will be protected. You know, for the first time in a long time, had experienced some, you know, negative energy trying to get at me. And you pray as soon as you think that you should be praying every day. But then I realized, oh my God, I haven't been praying in a while. Maybe that's why. But as soon as you pray, he was there on his way. The Emperor, okay? Look at these colors, these orange colors, this gray and beige and orange colors. The Emperor. All right. Okay, and just like the rooster and the hen, I think it's interesting. They're both about protecting a little bit too. You got the rooster and the hen, and the rooster is there to protect the hen so that they can provide life, because they lay eggs, and without eggs, you don't want hens or roosters, right? And so I think there's something about protecting, like you might feel like you haven't been protected, but Spirit is here to remind you that you are protected. Okay, you are protected. Okay, everything will balance out in the end. Okay, and you have to believe in that. It's when you start, belief is just as powerful. Like I said, a thought actually contains energy, which contains power, which is a wavelength. It's the law of the attraction. That's what the law of attraction is trying to explain. Okay, your thoughts are very powerful, and you have the ability to rewire that. I talk about that all the time. Okay, and so you need to believe that you were protected. You would not have made it this far in life if you were not protected. Okay, why do you feel so alone? Is it, is it because you experienced trauma? Most likely. Okay, most of us have experienced some sort of trauma, and it causes us to feel like life is unfair. There's been a lack of balance, and the justice in reverse is really, that's what it's talking about. Okay, a lack of understanding that life is fair, and that if you were wronged or cheated, you are in the position to make crucial decisions right now that will affect your life. Okay, and if you stay at home and you end up just not looking at life through the lens of being happy, or the lens of adventure, if you think that you are unprotected, therefore you are unprotected. And so like the Emperor, and the Sun, the Emperor is really about stability and determination and trying to reach greater heights. Okay, so in order to resolve the inner chaos that you're experiencing, you need to map out a plan and stick to it. Okay, and you need to follow your intuition, and maybe there will be a fatherly figure or some sort of advice that you hear that you need, that strikes a chord with you, and you need to take into a leadership role your own life and moving forward despite the feelings of aloneness, because those feelings of aloneness are there for a reason, so that you can use those as a catalyst for change, a catalyst to move forward into the more productive and happier times of your life, so that you don't feel alone when you are alone. Okay, because here's the sad truth, the sad reality of the situation is that we are all born alone and we all die alone. Okay, and here's the thing, is that when we're dead, we're actually more together, we're more part of a community, because we all come together, we all are one. Okay, and that's what heaven is we come together and we are no longer segmented and split it into all these different consciousness. Okay, that's why you experience joint consciousness sometimes. Okay, the power of spirit, the power of that energy of believing that Archangel Michael, how many people believe that Archangel Michael will protect them? That belief, all those people believing it, you know how much power that is? He is a powerful protector because of that belief. So find something, just ask the universe, ask out loud for some protection, for some guidance, to not feeling alone, to take that feeling of loneliness off your chest and feel that you are protected, and so that you're able to move forward in this life, you know, without feelings of discouragement. All right, well, that was a long one. Anyways, I hope that little fortune cookie brought you what you needed. And I hope that everyone is going to have a great Thanksgiving. I think it's going up this week. You know, give thanks at least. I believe in giving thanks. I don't know about celebrating the actual whatever, quote unquote, Indians and natives, but it's a genocidal holiday, like I do believe, but I do believe in eating and giving thanks that we are able to come together, especially nowadays. We don't come together as often. I know I don't have any family to celebrate with on Thanksgiving, so my daughter and I, we give thanks and we eat and we celebrate everything. So I hope everyone's able to celebrate in their own way, and I really appreciate you tuning in. Please let me know if this resonated at all, and I will see you next time. All right, hello, pile 2. Ooh, I feel like my chair is gonna fall, and then I'm gonna fall on my face. Okay. All right, so I pulled some oracles, and I have Our Lady of Holy Fire from the Mother Mary Oracle, and the County Fair. I decided to do the shuffling off screen because I think pile 1 probably got a lot of shuffling. I mean, I'll shuffle some tarot cards here. But, okay. So we have Children, Our Lady of Holy Fire, and the County Fair. Okay. So there's a lot of passionate energy moving through me right now. It looks like this might have to do with other people, about maybe a community. So County Fair, summon the strength to reach out and discover the unity of community around you. Oh, community. And Our Lady of the Holy and Children. Okay, so let's see here. County fairs are a great way to get out of the day-to-day routine to connect with your community. Learn how to do new things or celebrate a cultural bond with like minds. It's easy to feel as though you're alone when you're hiding in your home without the benefit of human interaction. But when you get into the world, you might discover how many people are available to you, waiting to be a support network for you and your dreams and challenges. It's a fundamental human need to desire community and a sense of belonging. To be part of something greater than yourself, making life feel shared and easier to manage, and goes a long way towards the feeling of acceptance. But you can't wait at home and expect the community to find you. You have to go out and seek the people you are waiting to support and welcome you with open arms. Taking the initiative to connect with others, both socially and emotionally, will open your spirit and send out a beacon to those who are meant for you. Whether you're looking for help in starting a business or finding a friend or lover, being brave enough to be vulnerable with others is the path towards gaining the acceptance you're seeking. It's okay to experiment and change course as you learn more about yourself and what brings you joy and fulfillment. Don't be afraid to put up boundaries with those who do not provide a feeling of emotional safety or take a risk when you feel the presence of a kindred soul. Building community is an ongoing process of refinement, moving closer to or further away from people who represent you and your ideas. So, like, it's interesting because I kind of have pile 1 had an interesting, like, tie to that about getting out of your house, which might be a sign from spirit to me, which I definitely think the County Fair card resonates with me, particularly because I moved across country, and the only reason I started, you know, I work from home, I'm a travel agent, I'm getting my master's, and I have several other businesses, my tarot card business, and I'm an artist, so I sell acrylic paintings and paper mache, and I'm just like, you know, I'm a gypsy. I sell what I can, and I survive, and I make good money, and I'm getting my master's in law, so I have goals. But anyways, so I went out and I started working. I moved from Colorado to Virginia, which is a 24-hour drive, and I know no one but my daughter. And the first year I I gained like 70 pounds and was really depressed and didn't know anybody but my neighbors. And it's a cultural shock too. I'm not from here. The South is a very different place than the West. So very different. People in the West keep to themselves, and in the South, everyone's all up in your business. And so I got out and got a job and met people, you know, and that's how I met some people. And I think it's interesting because you have this fiery energy about meeting the children, have this you know, this innocence, this energy about them in the holy fire too. The holy fire it's about devotion of passion to a higher purpose, okay? And it asks you to remain open even if you're shocked and denial or betrayed or broken. And so to live with an open heart even after betrayal. And the Lady of the Holy Fire wants you to receive that passion, that fire. It's a spiritual passion to open your heart, and it's asking you to love without you know, unconditional love. And even if you perhaps you yearn for a great job or a great income, and we feel like we're not being able to obtain that right now, sometimes we can recoil into ourselves. And I know I do this. So when I haven't always been this way. I used to reach out, try to get help, but I realized for a while I was annoying the people I was reaching out, like my parents. My parents don't really like me, but so then instead of reaching out to them, I started to withdraw into myself. And whenever I go through cycles of turmoil or trauma or a new chapter of my life where I'm forced into a new chapter, which seems to happen to me a lot, I'm a catalyst for change. And I tend to go inward. And in order to truly connect to our own divine destiny, we have to be willing to allow ourselves to burn for something greater that pushes us into the community. Okay, I think this is what this spread is. The divine really wants you to be able to not forget who you are. Okay, remember that childlike wonder that used to drive you to discover new things? That's the same passion and drive that the Holy Fire and the County Fair is asking you to open up to. Okay, the divine is wanting you to connect in a real palpable way to your soul, to that passion. And there is no nonsense, okay? Just get straight to that spiritual passion, and you will find that there is unwavering faith in there, okay? And this is what really the fortune cookie of today is trying to tell you, is that to help ignite that flame again, you have to be able to push past your comfort zone and ask the spiritual realm for help. And they asked and trust it, and they will trust, and it will help you trust yourself to be able to go through this process with grace and strength, and hopefully you will be able to go out the other side with gentleness and a comfort and reach your deepest desires. And this spread's really telling you, in order to reach your deepest desires, you have to be able to go through discomfort, because the Spirit, Our Lady of Holy Fire, loves you unconditionally, okay, and is blessing you with powerful compassion of truth towards yourself. And that's, you have to be driven too in order to succeed, and that's radiating through this spread right now. Okay, so I'm gonna get some tarot cards. I apologize, I have cats and my kittens are being kittens right now. They're like a couple months old, 3 months old. I have 2 of them. I had 4. Okay, so the reason I have so many cats is because I have attachment issues. I don't have family, okay? And so when I moved here from Colorado and my cat got pregnant, we kept all 4, and then one died, so we had 3. So we had 4, and then she got pregnant again, and I got all those cats fixed except for her because she got pregnant. she was scheduled to get fixed, and then she got out, and then she had 4 again, and I prayed, and the Lord above helped me get rid of the 2 little oranges, which was so hard because I just love them. I just feel like I don't want anyone to feel abandoned. Like I have emotion. I have an eroticism towards abandonment. So I try not to put that on other people, but I do it to myself, unfortunately. Okay, 2 of Swords. Okay, so you got a decision, and there's been something that you've been blind to, and I think that this is it. You've been blind to the fact that you cannot move forward in life if you're gonna not get out of the house, not move forward, not do anything. Nothing's gonna happen, and you're not gonna just automatically get your blessings and desires. You have to work towards them. You have to be, guided. Okay, no matter what other people are telling you, you have to do what's right for you too, though, because I think that you do have a lot of people telling you what's right and what's wrong. Okay, and the Queen of Cups. Okay, maybe one more. Okay, so you have to listen to your emotions. But I think if you listen to your emotions and follow your emotions, you're going to be able to work through this process of making out the sun again. Okay, so the sun came out again. So this is gonna, ultimately, if you're able to allow yourself the passion that, and drive, and stop allowing others to dictate what you're going to do with your life. I think you've had a lot of people in your life telling you what you should and shouldn't do. And that has also added to the stagnation you have in moving forward through this situation. And, the Queen of Cups she's an intuitive woman. And so I think that you need to listen to your intuition and see how she's opening up to the unseen, the spiritual world, and they're about to they're about to give her a crown, okay? Because she has been so heart-centered that it has allowed her to receive this blessing, okay? So instead of being blind towards what everyone else wants you to do, you need to open up, ignite that passion, follow your dreams, and immerse yourself in the community, okay? Because the sun is also about growth and recovery, and in order to fully grow and become who we truly are, like I said, you're going to need to move through uncomfortable situations. Growth doesn't come without growing pains, okay? And you'll be able to move through this, and it's just part of the path. I know it's something no one wants to hear, but in order to heal your emotions, you've got to purify it. And in order to purify your emotions, you've got to move through it and get rid of the toxic layer. And if you just stay in the toxicness, you just become more toxic. So anyways, I hope that resonated, and please reach out and ask the universe, ask Our Lady of Holy Fire for your help. She'll help you. She'll come through. Try to do something that ignites that inner child spirit, like painting or drawing or reading or playing in the dirt. Okay? All right, don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe. Leave a little note in the comments if this resonated at all. And I hope this fortune cookie was exactly what you needed to hear today. Have a great one. Bye. Okay, I had to turn this on because, so for pile 1, I picked the oracle cards by shuffling on camera. I thought it was too loud. Pile 2, I shuffled off camera. So it's literally the same, and then I shuffled and picked the oracle card, and it's grapevines with wine. So I decided to turn on the camera because I just started laughing, and I was like, I gotta share this. I mean, like, I didn't pre-pick these cards, so. Interesting message already. Grapevines, wine, baby. So it's like, how are you gonna unlock your potential, baby? You know what I'm saying? That's what grapes potential. Our Lady of Passion. Interesting. Okay, Our Lady of Passion and Grapevine. So yeah, how do you release your greatest potential with passion? Obviously. So the wine is a symbol of cheerfulness and gaiety, okay? And the grapevines, they ask you to call in your desires. Is it time to ask and receive? So yeah, it's time for you to release your potential. Release your potential, okay? So let's see here. And so grapevines, about creation, manifestation, and attraction. So manifesting what you want. And all vines are associated with attraction and their ability to reach out and grab hold of what they want. Okay? And grapes are specifically associating with abundance. Okay? And indulgence and luxury. You know, wine drinkers are usually on the higher end spectrum of drinkers, right? A little different than your Jack and Coke drinkers or your beer drinkers. And it's a sign that you know, any recent hardships are in the past, and you're going to be able to splurge a little bit more in your material comforts, which I know many of us want to hear. And so this is a very positive card that represents the sweet life, okay? Both the grapevines and the wine, okay? You are soon and will be living a much more comfortable and confident and grand life with leisure, and you're going to be able to slow down after developing some financial independence. And so even if you haven't achieved this or your goals yet, it's clear that you're going to be able to achieve them. Apologize about my cats. I've had to say that in every single spread, cats. I have kittens that are, I don't know what they're playing with. Okay, so additionally, if you receive this card, is encouragement to ask for everything you want. Ask for more. Ask for the world, okay? You're in a period of great fortune right now. And so your manifestation powers are huge. And if you put in the energy, it will lead to a positive outcome. So don't be afraid to ask for exactly what you want. Be bold and do it the right way. Speak out your desires into the universe, to your spirit guides. Ask Our Lady of Passion. Let's see what she has to say. Where did I misplaced something. Okay. All right. Okay, so Our Lady of Passion knows what desires burn in your heart. Okay? So ask for them. Be bold and be asking for exactly what you want, because she knows what kind of gifts you like. Okay? And even if you cannot remember what you want, she already knows. Okay? And she will bring you the gift of awakening with passion, of remembering your purpose, and a gift of energy and direction and endless divine support to manifest your passionate purpose in this life. So not only are you reaching good fortune and able to get exactly what you want in your abundance, you're also able to unlock your purpose in this life and give you a true sense of passion. And even if you don't believe that you're a very passionate purpose, you're going to feel that this passion will drive you and give you a sense of purpose, which gives you drive. Okay, so there's a light that can grow inside all of us, and if we ask for it to be ignited, and you are connected with the passion in your heart, and you're able to live with passion, and it becomes natural and essential, and then you're not able to live or breathe without that passion, because it's become a part of who you are. And so this spread brings like guidance that the questions that you have on your life path and direction are being answered right now. Okay? And you are being asked to trust with your whole heart that even if it's going to happen in divine time. Okay? And you need to know that and allow that, just like the blooming rose. You know the rose is going to bloom. You're not going to try to pluck it out before it is, because then you're going to ruin it. So knowing that divine timing allows you to operate in the fullness of this passion. And knowing that it's going to happen for you gives you a beautiful sense of well-being and awakening, so that your heart's desires can grow even more. And if you already have a sense of what you're passionate for, this spread is going to allow you, and the Holy Mother allows you to not just only flower a physical manifestation more quickly and substantially, but that she will allow you to help others. Okay? So your awareness moves your heart. Okay? And just like this flowering robe with these eggs, everything has its own timing. These eggs will burst into beautiful birds, and the rose bursts forth at its own timing, just like a good wine ages in its own right. And your passion and your purpose are going to age like fine wine, and you are going to be able to complete so much healing if you allow yourself the blessing of passion, the blessing of receiving what you're passionate about, of going after your dreams and desires, being able to ask for it, and know that when you pluck the grape, it will turn to wine, and you don't have to worry every single day. Okay? So when you reach out as the grapevine, when you ask for what you want and you reach out for that, I want this loving relationship, and I grab it, you need to know that eventually you're going to be able to sit down and enjoy that wine and fruits in luxury, okay, in a nice glass and everything. So we're going to have, I really apologize about my cats, they're driving me wild, but I'm trying to ignore them. Okay, and now we're going to get some tarot cards. All right, Our Lady of Passion, what can we learn here about our passions and desires, and how we can ask and receive them with cheerfulness and grace? Please, Spirit. Okay. King of Cups. Okay. The Three of Pentacles. Okay. All right, Three of Wands. Okay. So it's definitely about going after your passions and your desires, and willing to collaborate with what you love. Okay. And the King of Cups, he's a very mature person. The Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. Okay. And my kittens, you're making me crazy, you know that? Okay, so the King of Cups, he's really a warm-hearted man, okay? And so that's what it's saying, is go after that fire inside of you, okay? And align with the steps that you need to take in order to assure. Because sometimes our dreams do require us to make out a plan and require us to reach certain levels before we can move to the next level. And, the Three of Wands is about traveling and communication and going out forth towards your desires. And the Three of Pentacles is about, collaboration and showing up. So what this is really saying is show up for your desires daily. Make a plan and believe that you're capable of manifesting everything you want, okay? But you have to be able to go forth with the belief that it's possible. If you don't have that belief, that intuition and that knowing, it's not going to happen. If you don't have a belief that this grapevine is going to turn into that wine, it's not going to happen, because you didn't plan out the steps that it takes. It just doesn't just turn into wine. You have to take steps in doing that, but you have to do that with a decisive, clear action and desire. And you have to do that in the right way. You know, in order to make a wine, you have to bottle it a certain way. You have to harvest the grapes a certain way. You have to store it in a certain way. You have to, you know, all these certain things. In order to get your true passion and desire, sometimes you have to do it a certain way, but you can't even map out the way you need to do it without fully embracing your desire and letting that passion burn for what you want. Ask for what you want is the very first step. Let that passion burn. That passion will lead you to lay out the maps, to take the steps, to know exactly the road and path that is for you. It will light up the path. Your passion will burn and light up the path. So allow your desires and passion to be the very first step in getting your abundance and allowing your desires to go forth. This is a very good spread, but I think you need to allow yourself to be desireful and be passionate and open up your heart to what you want. And it's okay to want whatever you want, and that you have the ability to manifest it. So I hope that was a great spread, and I hope you got what you wanted, and I hope you came and heard what you need. So please leave a little typity type down there in the comment section. Tell me how loud my cats were, please. And comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.